Okay, I'm just going to run through some terminology to do with polynomials. So the 8 is called the leading coefficient. Now, the leading coefficient is just the number that is in front of the x with the highest indice. So it's the x with the highest indice. Okay. Then you have the green one. So the green one, that 3 there, that stands for the degree. So the degree of the polynomial is just the highest indice in the polynomial. So this one's a polynomial of degree 3. The last one, which is the red one, which you get -1, that there is called your constant term. So your constant term is the number without an x in it. Okay, so the other thing. Oh, sorry. The thing in purple there. So here, the 8x cubed, okay, that is called the leading term. Because the term, it consists of the x and the number, okay? So it is the term with the highest indice. So it's the term with the highest indice in it. Now, just a couple of other things that go with this that I just want to make sure that you are aware of. And that's basically, if a polynomial has a degree equal to n, where n is any number, then the largest number of roots that that polynomial could have, so the maximum number of roots, all zeros, that polynomial could have equals n. So, for example, like your basic quadratic. Your quadratic is actually a polynomial, and it just has a degree of 2. Like this one, x squared minus 2x minus 8. So that means that the biggest number of roots that could have would be 2. Got a degree of 2, so it has 2 roots. Further on that, I just want to clarify also that what a root is. Or it's also called a 0. Okay, so a root or a 0 is basically where the polynomial cuts the x-axis. So a 0, also known as a root, it is where the polynomial cuts the x-axis. See, if you look at this one here, basically it cuts it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So it has 3 roots. So its degree would be 3 because it has 3 roots. They're single roots because it's only cutting it once. And when you've got your polynomial, they occur when p of x equals 0. Because p of x equals 0 is the same as saying when y equals 0. And when y equals 0, that's when you're getting your x-intercepts. So if you're just looking at, I'm just going to draw another one up. And I'm going to make it touch like that. So that one there is touching, okay? So that there has because it's touching, is actually going to have an even root. Now, it could be a double root, a double root. So that means that when you've got your polynomial, let's just say that was A and that was B, it would have been x, make that minus b, x plus b, x minus a squared, okay, because it's a double root. But in actual fact, if you had a 4 there or a 6 there, or anything that's even, the even ones, when it has an even power, like that, this one here, so if it has an even power, basically all the even powers, even if it was p of x equals x plus b, x minus a, and you had to the power of 4, even if you had that, it would still hit it it would still hit it like there's minus b, and say that was a, it would still hit it like that. Okay, now that's when it has a root that is even. If a root is odd, then basically what happens is when it is odd, it will hit it like this. So I'll just move that up. So say we have p of x equals, now I'm just going to draw one that would be odd. Now an odd one will hit it like a cubic. You see how that hits it like a cubic? This one hits it like a parabola. So it hits it like a parabola, not only when it's a double root, but it's actually when it has an even indice. And when it's a cubic, it would be as if it had an odd indice. And when it comes through and it comes back up here like that, say that was minus b and that was a, then a possible equation here for p of x would be x plus b, x minus a, and it would be to the power of 3. Okay, now just one more thing. So when we're going into sketching, which we'll be looking at in the next video, is basically if it starts in this quadrant there, then the power of x will be a positive. That would be positive. But if it's going to be a negative, it would start down in this quadrant here.